but heating
I
up
mean, it's really
over
good.
on Haven. Let's see.
Maybe
if he can
positive.
be
Maybe
full
when
force
I'm not on
BBB
stream,
now
to be honest, so I
Yeah,
can just
it's
read
gotta
it
be
when
there.
I'm on treadmill or something. I can just write back to you. Just give it to me on Twitter or something. Furia and defense G2 on attack.
Been very well countered by Furia to staying
It's
away
hard when this
from
game's
those
going
opening
on.
First blood
Also,
to contact. So we'll see what we get. G2 will be on to the attack. Shock dart at the front, trying to deny early traps, but the setup for Shy is in the corner. And he's got a spy cam still to play off of as this opening wall starts to come through. Now the cam's deleted.
Racks a lot of thanks so much for the prime. Appreciate 24 months. Thank
Trying
you.
to navigate through this cyber cage. Able to stay alive for now, looking for the sound cues. Now it's just a scare contact as Valen will find first blood, and the spike will be planted behind
when
it.
you commit over towards the site, you're meant to be able to get one. It's not a great start.
Retaking through CT.
It's a hard retake, but Hudson at least has wall.
Able to cross over to half wall at the very least.
Keep an eye on Leaf's luck.
There's the harbor wall.
Dude, this gives Leaf a lot of space if he wants to go. It's like a great wall for him.
Basic on the back. Trying to work their way back through, but it's just not enough. Basic now the last one standing nowhere to go. G2 able to get themselves on the site comfortably. Post-plant set up beautifully. And the pistol for the first time goes to G2.
Nicely done.
I definitely think the
Euro
comp's better than this one.
B. Furia. When it comes down to how we're gonna look at how they want to play this defense.
No one seems to make the Phoenix look as good
setup from
as
what we had seen previously.
100 Thieves do on this map.
The neon in the mix instead.
I think they fight well together with it as well. It's a big part of it.
A lot more of those opportunities.
The Yoro comp, yeah, you just switch the Yoro for the Phoenix.
For Furia.
Means you can just play your retake site a little stronger.
Gotta keep in mind the track record for Furia in this map has not been good. Most recently, blown out by EG. Furia on pistols, hard stacked over towards A main. Baby Babe, outlaw out. This is the opening shot. Basically, able to turn that into first blood for Furia. And now it's just about trying to guard or juggle this weapon back to see if G2 can at least hold some sort of advantage in the arsenal.
Don't want to give anything away for free.
Asana's comms in it as well. They're very good at coming up with plans for fights, it feels like.
Problem is, they're still.
He's very vocal, yeah.
It just comes down to can you find this contact?
Dude, they're doing good damage though. Even this was kind of wow.
We'll go 4v4, and that puts pressure here defensively on Furia, who are going to be a little bit short-handed on the B side of the map.
Unfortunate there too. A bit of a classic moment. Just
as soon as Baby Bay reaches contact again, we're gonna be calling to go over, right?
There you go.
They've done enough.
Cove will come through for Art.
Think of how fast that came in. You know he's next to you.
Away to safety. This will eventually finish on to B. Shy is well outside of any defensive picture here, so feels like this will be a pretty comfortable post play, and Furia very well may just sacrifice their lives to the spike once they eventually rotate over. Unless you get a win here on Baby Bay.
Camera does go out from Shy. Maybe he's able to tuck away from it, but not willing to take that angle.
So, yep.
Playing for exit.
Sit here and
try not give him anything.
Maybe an exit. Otherwise, a little sacrificial kumbaya towards the spike. Comfortable start for G2 to this point.
It definitely is. G2, again, they're this team with the core of Trent and Valen ever since missing Masters Madrid back in 2024.
Would you realistically put G2 in champs? In the current form, pretty low down.
They want to make a statement here in Playins. Very much so. Leaning into the strengths of this roster, moving away from the double duelist meta, making sure everybody is as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the finish up of this season, G2 are still in a really comfortable position with their champions points. This is more about, can you find a way to get to playoffs and establish that you're not just going to be like a free ticket and you're actually going to be a formidable force, figuring that they're likely going to find a way to get to the event. So to see them go to two really tight finishes against Furia and now a third map doesn't necessarily bolster a ton of confidence for the time being in this current identity of staying away from the double duelist, but still some time to play with here, especially in this map 3.
It's been so difficult for Baby Bait to find anything with these attacking sided scopes. Again,
why do they use the leak out smoke like this?
Prepared and drilled Furia are
the default.
Looking to deny him any of those opportunities to get picks.
I wonder if there's a set reason. Could be for holding door and after plant, I guess, but the great flash, man. Dude, basic's got some really nice Phoenix flashes, to be fair to him. He's really got it down.
Isolate, and he essentially 1v3s G2 on the site. So now it's down to Leaf and Baby Bay.
Not Shy Hayes with the prime. Thank you, mate. Appreciate the 18 months. Thank you for the year and a half.
And with an Outlaw, it's not the weapon you want. As Leaf only is able to take one with him. And Furia will get a really good response here in their first one-shot too in round 3.
But he should try to go for it.
Baby Bay just wants to chip right away at a little bit of damage if possible. But man, we talked about Furia, how they didn't look good on this map previously with their old composition. Very much so like the vanilla comp on... Okay, hold on.
No, it's fine. You can keep going.
Okay. Listen. I like to inject a little bit of faith in there. Regardless, give Baby Bay a little bit of that respect.
Guaranteed champs? Not guaranteed, but they're very likely.
The composition here for Furia, they were running like that bread and butter, old style.
Like if they don't make it, it would be a fumble from 11 NRG kind of vibes.
Noob wants to be on this Neon, but not just that. Keeping basic consistently on this Phoenix on every single map.
Yeah.
Has been such a boon for them. He was playing the KO previously. Yes, insane on that agent too, but the way he's able to just enable himself in the server has made so much of a difference for Furia in opening up rounds.
Absolutely the case.
Recon gets shot, create a little bit of pressure in middle.
We're also, again,
my Harbor's committed.
To really hit the point here, Koala Noob being set up to get more comfortable on the Neon has been a key success point, but hold the phone for a moment.
A little better now.
He's going to get some early contact here at A main. And they're only going to find one in the exchange. This will be a very formidable post-plant setup. Com will always be in a position to
try to grade the initial setup.
It's a lot of free space. Just comes down to does
this
G2
has to be
actually want to take it or not.
Not quite yet. Waiting for that rotation at the very least. Calm getting one is big.
Absolutely it is. I mean, now Baby Bay is trying to hit a little bit of a mini pinch here with the op out. Not going to find the angle. So now you've got pressure established over towards the opposite side where the spike is not even down yet. Good reveal able to come through.
Nice
and you get a connection
and
from
Trent
Baby
goes
Bay
kill
simultaneously as Trent lands the shot onto Koala Noob. So now just down to Shy. 1 versus 3.
Spike planted.
Could contest from yellow. He's able to get the first info. Clean. Now to the 1 versus 2. You know that Baby Bay teleported back, but to where? Here's the next swing. Sees the cape.
Knows he has to get Trent first.
Gets the isolation he wants, but cannot find the
look at
shot.
that money.
Trent
2
will
that go
save
down
the
to
round,
Nico
and
here.
G2 will be up 3-1.
Really
Pretty
nicely
sure
done
the
by
server's meant to
G2.
be
The fact that they
fighting
paused
towards
front
A
site,
here.
tapping that spike, goading the likes of Furia into their waiting
it looks like they're
arms
trying to play.
she
meant to play retake and fight. Well played. They play their retake pretty strong there. They play like fight. The reinforce on the one way. I'm not entirely sure if you're meant to do that or not. I don't think so. You'd have to ask someone from who plays the comp more. I imagine you don't reinforce it, but
spy cam will be immediately deleted. And Furia will instead just kind of take a small moment of aggression to collect the orb at A. So
you're watching the EMEA games, main Monster went crazy.
And it is. Hunter's Fury out early.
Monster's playing for a contract for next year.
Out of position.
I think he's going to get one.
With a classic is, well, just hoping for kind of a, I would say a one and done position, but if he wins the battle, maybe he can get a weapon. That's a big if, and it does not come through. So G2 will have their full force post plant. Furia just doing what they can to try to put some pressure on it. Maybe they can catch one here. Nice relay bolt to counter the
good
flash.
reactive stun.
Com gets one through mid, but everything else will fall, and G2 will comfortably get their 4th.
Yeah, gonna have to go and save this weapon here for Com. They're not gonna allow him to do so. Chasing him.
What do they do on this one? The fight over towards A into Silverall, the classic.
The executions onto site looking really nice thus far. Furia. The problem.
You think Boaster retires, stays at Fnatic, or takes Vitality or China back? I think he'll take the Americas or China back, yeah.
Those early early peaks.
He won't retire on this, man. He's too competitive.
Because they want to deny those early peaks to Baby Bay. They're giving a lot of respect right now on defense. They're not getting into positions on the left side up into elbow to contest that space, put that pressure on G2.
Well, here we go. Quick hit through mid for the first time. Fast lane out. We also have the Toxic train up, the Kaza divide behind it. Basically the first one to drop. High Tide trying to contest some spaces. Furia will disrespect the Cosmic Divide to at least be in a contestable position on A.
Could
this
cancel.
comes down to will there actually be a commitment. We've seen G2
Could
do
definitely
this before,
cancel.
where they show force and then don't fully commit to try to catch Furia in that second layer. Artson will have the Cove to try to re-challenge this angle, and Comms with a tally, another elimination, but the trades are still coming through. Now it's down to will Jojimo actually try to chow this outright, because there's not enough space to plan at the moment.
Koala just gets traded here, right?
Valen will commit. Koala Noob waiting for this Cove to
Use their Cove against them to plant. Wait, that's kind of sick.
And they're eventually going to get shy. Back on towards the site for this 3v4 retake.
Fast lane available to provide a little bit of cover here.
That's a really nice timing for the recon bolt. Once again, just stalling things out. Here comes the slide forward. Baby Bay able to connect the close and personal. Second opportunity denied as Koala Noob continues to go back and forth. Pressure on towards the spike for Artson for the 1v2. Valen just throwing shoulders, eventually commits and finds the pick.
Man.
It's a 5-1
they use their Cove against them. Yes, maybe some of the reinforced on the one here.
Furia still scratching their heads looking
I think
for
both of
answers
these
into those
situations
retakes.
he's reinforced the harbor smoke, but you shouldn't.
Those moments,
I don't know, man. I'm not a harbor expert. I'll be honest.
Majority of that
but I think you don't reinforce both for those.
To stay anchored on B exactly because of those pump fakes that you were talking about, where they take that front side control, have to rotate back around, and it makes it so much harder for Furia because they don't have their numbers when G2 look to fight forward.
Yeah, and now there's going to be a conversation, I think, kind of surrounding what exactly this defensive setup is going to evolve into. It's going to be pretty much no purchase in this next round for Furia, so this is about extending into the
unless you were in it. Yeah, that's what I mean, like considering how much space they have. The
conversation point has to kind of be really, it's one of two camps. Either you talk about this passive setup at B.
You think Breach will be back in meta before Gecko? I mean, neither of these will be back in meta unless there's like a big change, man.
So do you try to get maybe a little bit extra space?
Riot are more likely to buff Geckos so they can sell like the plushies and stuff. That's my view on it.
Or the other point of
Schaefer's with the Prime, appreciate the 35 months.
What are we doing for this A main contest, which has kind of been here and there, kind of 50-50. It hasn't really been as convicted as maybe Furia were hoping for initially. And it looks like just based on the early trapwire setup, we're going to get a very...
Is there such a thing as a coach
Furia,
Prime?
Again, it is just pistols.
To an extent, yeah, I do think so. Because it might be like, it might be meta and comp dependent for sure. And also like depending on like, people get burnt out and they don't realize that they're burnt out. Happens a lot in coaching for sure. But I think if it's like not a good meta or a map pool for you, then you're kind of cooked. Yeah, so like it could be your prime just because you like, you get the 7 maps that you're like, that you feel like you're strong at.
Getting a lot more
or it's like a meta that you just have a great understanding at.
Well, Art will commit the Cove to
like I think this meta for me, I would love this meta. I think I would thrive in this meta. The whole Sky Flash meta, oh mate, I would suck at that. If it's like bind in the map pool, I'm going to be useless. Icebox, I'm going to be useless. Most of the other maps, I don't know how I'd be like on Abyss and stuff, but most of the other maps I'd feel great. I think it's just like, it's whatever you're confident at, where you have a good reads on. No one's going to be great. Everyone's going to have like weak maps and metas.
And he will be able to take down one. That's a lot of space. He can stay alive in this position. G2 a bit split, but a nice shot from Leave. And he turns that into a massive second. So now 4v2 situation, Basic left on an island. Help is on the way, but it's coming slowly.
30 seconds left.
Definitely stuck between a rock and a hard place here for Basic. Trying to find anything.
Shots.
The Bandit has always been so kind to him.
Last player standing.
Well, G2 will not allow it to have a second level of kindness. Spike's still not planted yet.
Yeah, I was going to say Spike still has to cross.
Oh, if
he does get a duel there.
Maybe a chance to still hold, as that would have been the spike carrier, but not the case. G2 take the round.
And now this is where we're going to look to see adjustments out from Furia. Rifles back in hand here. A lot of respect, again, that has been given on the defensive side thus far by Furia. We never really see them contesting into that mid control. It's constantly been G2 who
Komodo, surely next year you get more offers though, right?
Part of the conversation.
Because there'll be more games on at the same time.
Peak this knowing that the operator's in hand is just too much of a risk.
Like more.
So
there's way more opportunities, right? Because it's more open.
Aldrone scouting out over towards A main. Overdrive's already out here in Basic, who was trying to play off of his flash, will be punished. Jajamo low, but still alive and kicking. 5v4, and look at the deep scale up.
Yeah, it doesn't have Kyo. Wait, actually.
Over towards top mid.
Yeah, I don't really know how it works with that stuff next year.
Take their numbers and reset.
I got no idea like open qualifiers and stuff's gonna work as well, which ones they're gonna cover and not.
Elbow there of Valen. That's gonna be the green light here for G2.
They're just gonna stack a site. I'm looking at Com, and he could have a banger of a Sova ult, but he's not gonna feel comfy to use a Sova ult because someone could just be close and run at him.
Com also has a Hunter's Fury to make this point of ingress more contested. High Tide comes through. Shy over the top.
My god.
Freebie for him, make it 2.
Oh, I thought we had a 3, yeah.
In
In spawn could definitely ult it.
Okay. Through, but it's a little bit late. Can you still find the elimination? Yes, you can.
Ooh, it's unlucky just out of range on this. It was on him though.
Koala Noob trying to work his way through the pit.
It's about to be dropped in a bit.
It sure will be. So the clearance comes through. Now it's just down to how do you break down this post plan on the backside of this B site. Here comes the check. Com able to find the first. Just down to Leaf for the 1v2. First contact is not clean, but he's able to win it. Time now becoming a bit of an issue. Shock dart in and out. Leaf trying to stay alive, but it's Com who forces the issue.
It's a really good round from Com here.
Furia get their second.
Finally here, Furia, a much needed round to be able to pick up.
A big ult from him.
Looking
big ult.
to be able to continue to build that economy back. G2 have had them on the back foot in that kind of regard. I definitely agree with what you're saying when it comes down to the pressure that Baby Bay is putting on Furia, having that operator online, not wanting to contest into mid. There are layers of utility that can be used, though, whether it's a fast lane, an early cove. The cove refreshes so quickly. It's the fastest smoke to refresh in the game right now. Just to deny that ability for G2 to scale early.
Yeah, and if you're Furia,
aggro camera over towards B. Wait, Baby Bay doesn't hit that?
A fast lane to try to win out mid is
on it, right?
Valuable, I think, for Koala Noob, knowing that he's got to use that for potential retakes. G2 showing force at A. It's nothing but a fake. The surge will come through. Fury able to once again push back.
I kind of worry with how they play their.
So
I thought you meant to play like your Cypher a little more off site, man. They play him like Palmer on site. When I watch these other teams play, like they got a couple of setups where like you play on site, but I think he plays on site every single time. He rarely leaves site.
Neural Theft is available here for Shy. If Fury can somehow find a pick later on, that could be important to this round. My eyes have to be on Basic with how good he is at getting those ones. Getting that run it back online would be massive in this disadvantage.
This is a lot of trust in the Furious setup that Shy can hang. Com triggers a trap at elbow. Trent will steal the orb.
Oh my god, the orb nearly made them both rotate, huh?
See if you can keep this defense split. Meanwhile, though, the hit's on the way. Com able to deal with the first. Shy brilliantly gets the second, but Leaf shuts it down. Follow-up, not there. Neural Theft now going to be spent. And you're going to know for a fact here, if you're Shy, you just have a 1v1 in front of you. Cam comes through, and you get the dart off.
Wait, that didn't hit?
Valen just trying to stay alive, but Artson finds the tally. Just down to Trent. 1 versus 3, caught trying to play through the High Tide, and that's enough for Fury to get a couple in a row.
They nearly fell for the one-person fake over towards A.
As simple as Com walking down, putting that pressure on elbow, made G2 feel like they kind of had to press that go button, especially with the fact that Trent was already investing that utility to bait out that A side of the map and draw those rotations out from Furia. And the collapse ends up being so good because the anchors are just able to tear them down on the entry. Those holds from Shy have been so important.
A full purchase still available for both teams here in round number 10. Once more, the Cove is placed by Furia, trying to challenge A main, but this will be the first time because of that extra little bit of aggression with both duelists. We're going to actually see Furia trying to maybe step up and clear some space at mid early. Maybe they will show presence at B after getting tagged.
Trent, drone, group up on A.
Mid, pretty comfortably in hand.
Arbor anchor on A. Mate, he's got to play to leave sight. I don't get some. I'm telling you, some of their initial setups aren't great.
Now, Furia, they know that maybe
I just feel like the Harbor's going to duel on site and then they can't retake.
Nobody's going to give him a peek quite yet. Everyone else on G2 has grouped out outside of A.
Oh, and just a little
okay,
bit
but
of
imagine a trade here.
Toggle from Art.
What?
Nearly able to turn that into 2. Basic following up, does have the run it back, but is committed now to playing on top of the site, and he's going to have help from Koala Shorty out. That's enough to take care of Trent. And that is a really good hit on the run it back.
A nice shot.
As Baby Bay will be left in what would have to be a 1 versus 4 with no spike in 30 seconds, and that's going to be a 4th round, 3 in a row.
I don't think it's a great round by either team.
But look at how much more comfortable the calling looks now here for Furia.
The one thing that I don't have to complain about in Americas, though, I will say, is, man,
G2,
everyone's so phantom pilled in Americas because of Lev. It's so nice. The amount of times people are getting spammed at execing over towards site is so high. It's so nice to watch.
It makes all of the difference. It changes the pace here for G2. And it's exactly
look at it go,
what
man.
we're wanting to see in that kind of regard. Now for Furia, it's worked out nicely in mid, but G2, they have an understanding that that space is now being contested. It's up to G2 to find that answer back, clear out that space.
Other regions not using Phantom?
Furia
Nah.
to be comfortable
It's not even
contesting.
close.
Yeah, I have to imagine that coming off this timeout here,
I
you're
reckon
going to see that operator presence
Americas
uses mid again. But
nearly
honestly,
double the
if you're
amount of
G2,
Phantoms.
That's not even really
as
been, I think,
EMU.
the biggest issue. A lot of it has been you haven't been able to get yourself together with this setup to actually give the full execute that I think you want.
It probably
on
isn't
the A
double,
so
but I
far.
reckon it's close.
And I don't really know if it's anything in particular that's really kind of hiccuping them, but it's just the fact that we haven't seen that same breakdown that we had in the opening rounds where you had fast lane, you had Viper's Toxic Screen come through, you're able to open up so much space onto the immediate part of A that you want, and maybe just get back to what was working if you're G2, because these last 3 rounds have felt maybe a little bit too cute, if anything.
It's been awkward for sure. I think when you're putting all of your players into A main, you have the lurk on the other side of the map there from Baby Bay. Definitely makes it that much harder. We'll see what Josh RT is calling here for the side of G2 into the next round, but yeah, that A site, you really need to be able to have that presence in through mid door as well to cause that disruption. Otherwise, the entirety of the defenders, in this case Furia, are able to focus their forces on the front side.
Well, here we go. Different look here for how Fury want to potentially challenge A main. Basic holding onto the curveball. Koala Noob right behind him. Aldrin will come up first, and this should be, Toxic Screen up, get your info, toss your fast lane, and go. Hot hands down, Jajamo able to right through Basic, no problems there. High Tide comes out, but the Hunter's Fury is enough to at least break down
I think you're meant to fight 3 A main, no?
And Jajamo will just be inserted while G2 once again. Get your first blood and reset elsewhere.
And that's why you have Shy consistently anchoring on the other side of the map, being able to catch him off guard here.
Composure at the end
go down.
Does he? Damn, he
This
does.
round's just flat out over.
Nice shots. Nice rounds, really.
Shy, what do you got for us? Got decent layering of these traps. Playing the same pop-up position he had from a couple of rounds ago. Jumps the wall. Hops over to his cyber cages. Koala was able to deal with the lurker of Jajamo. Shy able to find the first couple. If he gets the third, there's a very real world that this could come through. But now it's just down to Koala on the late rotation back in.
Will he be able to do it in the 1v2? He's gotten so much better on the Neon as the days have gone by.
He's got some tools to play with. Does he get any early information?
It's unlucky. Leaf gets a perfect timing.
Close. And Leaf will have him on the longer angle. Big round for G2, and I love that call off the timeout. Just go back to what was working before, show that early pressure day with a heavy hit utility. You get your first blood. This time, it's a little bit different because Jajamo is able to get deep past the defensive line, but
Would you take G2 over Envy in terms of playoffs? I haven't seen Envy. I think, judging for what some people are saying, Envy would win. If Envy,
did also see that Artsine was being
if Envy got
over
their
to
other
take
maps
that
as good
next
as their
positioning,
Sunset, then I would be
allowing
confident.
it
But
to
I haven't
just be
watched
the
them,
double
man.
duelist holding that side of the map.
I watched them like
In a round of this half
missed their
now.
last 2 games. The
You've
last time
got
I watched them,
a
their
revisit
Sunset was
over
like,
towards the B side.
well, defensive Sunset was like top tier. And then everything else was not great. Then now they're like getting a lot of results, so you got to imagine it looks a lot better.
Shuts down Shy, leaving Art by himself, but that might be all you need. He sees the barrel.
They definitely put in work.
Looking for everything.
Dude.
It's just down to Art. Can he find a second ace in this series? And he knows that Trent's outside the picture now, especially as the reveal comes through. He wants it. He's hunting for it. He's going to give it away, though.
Koala's having none of it.
And it'll be a 7-5 half.
Just straight up slide in.
Considering how the map started.
Great adjustments coming in from Furia on the defense. Those retakes were looking clean.
5 is good. 5 is doable, man. 5 is definitely doable.
They're taking
I still don't agree with some of their setups, but
to take that map control for themselves,
they got 5.
Grounding bit more easy.
Bro, these guys hit me, bro. This dart for me, drum for me. Bro, motherfucker.
What the? That seems like an appropriate time for us to go to the halftime break. It's 7-5. Swap the sides. We'll be right back.
Valid crash out. Mate, he plays on site every single round, though. I think he meant to play right side of site. At least half the time. Harbor comp is meant to farm on attack. It's better on attack, yeah. This comp is better on attack they use. If they get orbs, man. I've seen teams play this and just not even, they play like they don't have a Phoenix. We be watching Americas before Plat Chat? Nah. I'm going to bed after this, and then before Plat Chat I still have an EMEA game to watch that I missed on the Wednesday. But I'll just speedrun it. Michelangelo, thanks. Michelangelo. Dude, your name always gets me. Michelangelo. Yeah, with the prime. Appreciate the 9 months. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Here for their attack. This is, again, just to kind of paint the picture. This has been the weaker side for them in this double duelist setup that they've just incepted on Friday. But throughout today so far, it's been better. Just
sorry and thank you, mate. Don't apologize. That's on me.
Can you come through, clean up some of the mistakes that we saw throughout the first 2 maps, and get this thing back into your name? Starts here with the pistol. Let's get it on.
Even in that replay that we saw, just a preview from Shy before we got into this first half, he was complaining about how much G2 were investing in clearing him out as that anchor. We got to see if they're also going to be prepared.
If Furia get this pistol, it's going to be insanely close.
On the attack.
Chamber comp.
Well, here's the stack up. High tide fast lane comes through. Baby Bay not able to connect onto the first shot. Help is nearby for Jajamo. Just comes down to can they hold these positions while the rest of the defense tries to rotate back over to the middle.
Holy odds, and he's popped them back aside, man. They get a plant, get good positions, you win. They don't have the util to retake this. Double star.
Only one on site thus far. Trying to find an opportunity to move on to site. This re-clear into elbows getting dicey.
And Leaf will be shut down. Valorant gets on towards site, but he's a little bit stuck at the moment. Gonna put some pressure on towards the defuse. Basic over the jump wall. Tagged, but still healthy and fine. And it's on to Valorant with 11 HP. Not gonna happen. And I'll tell you what, Furious pistols look great in this series.
Yeah,
it's impressive to note, especially considering
5 to 1 in terms of pistols, right?
G2 was the best pistol team in America.
Furia
surely they don't force on this map, though. Like, I get the Stinger force on some of the other maps. Less so on defense than on attack.
They do look like they're improving.
But do they force this one on defense?
Win, but into today, it feels night and day when it comes down to those micro
This one would be too
moments.
much.
The macro has made an adjustment as well, but just being able to layer that utility efficiently so that Koala Noob isn't too far ahead of it, it's been beautiful to see.
Baby Bay once again teleports back early, dealing with some early pressure at B main. No commitment here, at least not initially. G2 will have this high, mid, low stack right here on the steps of Elbow. And there may be some saucy contact here. G2 come away with an even exchange.
Ah, it's unlucky.
Valen runs out of F.
Damn, Trent won his 1v1.
But Trent
Makes it doable. Baby Bay, 3 shots.
1v1,
One shot left.
A chance to isolate, and now it's a 1v2.
Surely not. It's a devastating way to lose.
Against low health pools with just pistols.
To get all the way to short. It's a great move from Baby Bear in this one.
These moments because he doesn't want to give away that position.
Especially when the plant goes in, he can just...
That'll work. Now he knows for a fact that there's plenty of space to plant.
It's not that bad, that's fine.
He
could have been coming on short.
Hit the shot.
It's more good from Com peeking that before he plants, to be honest.
I like this reposition.
I was saying, it wasn't too bad, it wasn't too bad.
For Trent
I promise.
Both of them. This should be unlosable for Com with the utility he has in his pocket.
Trent's taking his time, and he will have guessed incorrectly in this 1v1.
The positioning of that spike is perfect as well because he couldn't see it from tunnels, so there was no inkling.
He drones and lets him know where he comes from. Did he hear it? Did he work it out? We're reconning, we're utiling.
Okay. There it is. Combo finds the final shot needed. Red Bull clutch comes through, and Furia ties.
The spike had no time on at all. I didn't realize it was that bad. That's why he's doing util. I didn't realize it was this.
Still be able to purchase and try to get a third one through and take the edge.
Slowly working up. But for Furia, being in this third map tied up 7-7, considering the season that they've had thus far, starting off so strong off the back of Koala Noob's operator prowess on those scope weapons to win out on kickoff.
Oh, I love this default.
Quick contact,
this is my favorite Harbor default.
Has to rendezvous back over towards B tunnel. The pressure from Furia is palpable at the middle of the map, but we saw that little peek from Trent. He understands that this double doors play very well, maybe right at the gate. You still got some pressure from Jojimo over towards A main, so you feel pretty decent about your opportunity to isolate here at mid.
That deep line just gives G2 so much information. The Shy's
this one, it's cool, man. I mean, dude, the Harbor Puddle flash, whatever the hell it is, super underrated, man.
Oh, nice pre-fire to come through. And you get info that Art's still playing at mid as well, but I was gonna say, if you're Furia, you kind of have to commit through B main, knowing that you just don't have any sort of a follow-up at mid. But instead, it's just going to be an orb.
Give some fake sound cues, trying to pretend that they're rotating into a B hit.
Before this tunnel hit comes through.
Uh oh, spike goes on its own.
Able to find one before that hit comes through tunnel, but you got to do a lot more than that. Valen able to find Koala Noob in the corner. And all of a sudden,
yeah, and the spike is fully locked in. Might even waste enough time that Jogamo gets in.
Leaf still hanging in the backside of the site. Basic doing what he can, moving quickly. 15 seconds. He's got to go a little bit faster than that, though. As he tries to make a play for the plant, Jojimo's flank will come through, and G2 take the round, shut down the bonus.
Heading into the next
Split
one.
Bs.
Hey, they lost.
They're always risky.
Round, but now
I think Leaf hit a banger though.
As well as the Hunter's Fury
to be fair to him.
Here for Furia. Cosmic Divide could be a key
He
piece
just
there
for the
for
ball.
Valen to rescale for the retake on the side of G2. But great recipes for success on an execution.
Furia got great ults on this one. Great ults. 2 people that would get reset. Big rounds. You legit have the better ults right now.
In their own rights.
Puddle default again.
For both these two teams.
Insert one insta group up. Use the ults over towards A. Okay. I like it.
Furia not showing much aggression across the map.
As long as Shy doesn't overstep, it's really strong. Oh, this is strong.
Stop any defensive rotations through tunnel, as it looks like there's going to be at least some sort of an effort at A, if not
G2 plan to leave the site.
Drone's not going to spot anything front sight
Oh,
here
it's a no.
for Calm, and it's going to be the Hunter's Fury being ripped. A perfect tag with the drone.
Can you find the connection? Though?
Good
Yes, you
recovery
can.
on
Trent
this.
Falling is critical, but the defense is still on site. Leaf holding over towards the left pyramid. Noob trying to contest
Oddsin
yellow.
still has
Tide
wall
about
to fight when
expire.
they decide to go
The defense
close.
has a constant divide to work this retake if they so
Dude,
choose.
they still got Molly,
Being held up
Flash.
mid.
They
Here
got a
comes the
lot of
quick play
delay.
from
Not sure
Josh.
about that Molly though.
Will be there, and it connects at the exact right moment. Noob, an easy follow-up.
Looks the one pos they're not
Allen
going to
gives you
be.
one through mid. And hold on a second. This lurk that's on the way from Shy needs to get here maybe a little bit sooner because you've got G2 back on towards site. But Basic deals with it
Great
before
shots,
you
man.
need Shy at
Dude,
all.
This is the
Huge
kind of stuff that I
shutdown.
like in this
Furia
meta,
take the
man.
first gun round.
The most simple bit of
It is
pressure,
insane
set
how
one up,
snappy Basic's
insert
aim can
early
be
so that
in
he can
those
get the
moments.
luck, go. He can take a timing if you need to cancel.
Great investments
Overwhelm
when
with
it
the
came down to
ults.
ultimates to help Furia scale up
No
on
one
site.
taking any risks.
Very nicely done to push past G2's utility, ensuring that they could also flood past Artsy and Smokes themselves, not allowing
Force him down
G2
to an
scale
eco.
onto
A great
backside
round.
comfortably.
There you go, quick action here. Both of the Neons just dashing right by each other.
Good flash.
And it's Furia who come away with the first two kills. Not stopping.
Nice flash.
Great counter flash on the backside of the play to make sure the third
Basics
one's
Phoenix
tallied
flashes are
cleanly.
really good, man.
I was going to say this is a really
sounds like such
important
a-
moment in this map.
I don't want to say a
three.
basic thing,
Furia
but
not only have a
it is a
advantage,
simple thing that
but
so
they're gonna
many
have an
so
opportunity to
many
build
people
some
get
key
wrong this
ultimates,
year.
and they're going to earn both of
It got a
them
lot
with that
better
last
throughout the
pick
year,
right
but
there from Noob. Basic off the run it back. Noob with the overdrive. As a very valuable round for Furia, only dropping one in the process.
dude, and now for the big buy round, they got Phoenix
You
or
can just
Neon
see-
ult if they want it.
Again,
Dude, just
how much more
just
confident
send it.
Noob looks in the server right now on the
I think
Neon.
at the
Like,
moment when
yes, we
you
did
use
see him
Phoenix
getting
ult and you put a lot of util
at
behind
times, and
it,
he was
I
still
feel
trying
like the
to get
win
a
rate
handle
is
of
incredible.
the Asian, of the pacing
I think to
that
make
it
sure that you
brings
don't
to
get
the
spammed,
table,
maybe Harbor
but it feels
Cove to
so
get out through a
measured
choke.
now in this
Is
series.
is like a, I don't
He's
think it's a
definitely
must, but I
feeling
would do it
good
these
with
days.
that little replay of the
Narrow
reaction
with the
there
tier
from
1,
Koala.
appreciate the
That
15
was
months.
more
Thank
of
you,
the,
thank you.
A little windy in that long range shot to top mid. But now, like you mentioned, the run it back is at the ready. Balance still holding onto the Cosmic Divide for the defense, but that is the only ultimate tool right now for G2. Baby Bay does have the scope up, though, and he will be holding the hard line initially at A main. But his only backup is Jajimo. So as Furia start to set themselves up, the Owl Drone plus the
Flash
flash
on the
Baby
back
Bay,
of it.
looking for maybe a second chance. And he connects onto Basic. That will stop the initial play. Can he find anything beyond that, though? Help is on the way. All of this control for Furia is largely just can they work their way in to find a first blood, and they find Jajimo. Noob with the overdrive out. Able to find more as he gets himself a couple.
Nice.
And Furia will have
Yeah, they
absolutely
got great,
the
Harbor
freest
Puddle
post
use.
plant we've seen yet.
It's up there, man.
What
It's
an
really up there.
insane entry there from Koala Noob. After it feels like Baby Bay was shutting that down with that flick
Oddsin.
on the Phoenix. Oh, they're still looking.
He's just
Artsy,
running at
great
him.
flick onto Trent.
He's running it down. Wants another Harbor ult.
Trade, but he is in survival mode right now. And Furia is going to get to double digits. Initially, when Baby Bay hits that opening shot onto Basic, you may have thought like maybe Furia just kind of hit the
I
brakes.
really
Not
like the
getting
Fury
space that you
calling at the
initially wanted,
moment,
but
man.
Behind a fast
This
lane
is
and
like
overdrive
how
and a
you
high
call in
tide,
this
that's all
meta.
you need to clear out A. And the commitment works out beautifully for Furia.
Not just
It's the-
that,
it's
I
the
think that
simplest crap,
storm
but
surge to
it's
push Baby
just
Bay
so
off
strong.
that angle
As long as
made
everyone knows what they're doing
huge
util-wise.
difference there.
I think
into
G2
that
needs to just
pinch
go aggro
so
when
that
they have ults
Furia
now.
could actually look to
So they
crunch
gotta
onto
go
site
aggro
and
instantly
take Jawgamo
to
out
stop their
as
plan.
well. Everything just landing perfectly there for Furia when it came down to those utility combos.
What a round from Furia. What a round from Furia.
Look at this. Incoming G2 timeout.
Yep. Sniped. And now it's panic time all of a sudden for G2. I mean, you are feeling very similar to how things are going on Haven, where it's just your defense has not been able to find the opening success that you
Jogama
want in
tried.
some of these
I mean,
forward
true.
choke points.
True.
You're not really able to put yourself in a position to fully
They
contest
did like a
this
little
fight
bit as
plan.
well, I guess,
But
with the
because
ult.
you're
but-
kind of half committed to all of those two things, you're also dealing with low number situations when you eventually have to play retakes. So it feels
Good
like
news
this
for
is one of those
G2 is
conversations
Furia
that is an echo of
are a
what we
little
just
bit
talked
away
about
from the
on
strong
Haven a
ults
moment ago.
again.
I think what's really interesting too is when it comes down to that A site hold from G2, very reliant on just having that toxic screen cutting off front site for Leaf, allowing them to hold back of pyramids. But we also still have Valen on that Astra. I have not felt that global presence from the Astra here on defense quite yet, providing that support.
Get the stingers out.
Grab wells to be able to be a part of some of
how
those
did Furia
trap
do
plays
this?
that
Mate, I
G2
say
want
that.
to make
Comms managed to get very close to his ult fast on this. Hudson obviously hunting at the end helped him here.
Being able to bolster
Not
that
bad.
a little bit, shifting Baby Bay over to mid to be that
And then they go
presence.
for the classic smoke out here as well. It's a drop smoke, so if anyone's facing you, you get the kill, then you can reinforce it, and then you can pick
Pure
up the orb.
rifles have been
They got
insane
it
at
down,
times.
man. They got it down.
Previous maps, it had been Trent who had that.
I
in
think
his
the
hands, and he was
defense
able to
can
make magic
definitely use some
happen.
work, but the attack's looking nice.
It just feels really uneasy right now for G2 defensively. A little clearance over towards elbow. Furia just making sure that they're not going to get caught off guard by something strange. Spike will be picked up. 1 minute remaining. Finally get an idea
Hello,
what
Doom
Furia
Bros.
have in mind for the round.
Yeah, I thought you might recognize some of these.
Depending on how the round swings, there could be.
I can't believe you
really
copied
sick
these guys as
potential
well.
To use that Viper's Pit
Insane.
and Cosmic Divide to look to convert this into a 9th round there for G2, giving an opportunity for these Stingers to find better angles, get into that pit, and find some sort of advantage.
Valen will recognize the hit is at A main at the moment. We'll follow up with another star placement behind this, but once again, fast lane, high tide come through. And with the Stinger, you can really only contest so much if you're Valen.
30 seconds left.
Pardo at the back.
Soak up the storm surge. Good reveal behind this.
Wait, they haven't got much space on this one.
Defense. Jawdramo still holding on the top of the pyramids. There's no spike being planted as of yet, but a shock dart lands. A follow-up angle from Koala is good for one. Make it a second. And Furia should casually
Got a
deal with
silver
Cali.
ult
They're
for
on the
next
ground here.
round. Harbor, go on, Odson, mate. Run at him.
Yeah, it's
Don't
not
you
gonna
dare,
happen
Koala.
there.
Koala,
The 11th round
actually
for
don't get the
Furia,
kill.
Heartbreaking there
Actually, do
for
not get this
G2.
kill.
They have
Odson, run
buy-ins
at
in the
him.
next round. There is going to be Tool de Force available.
So
for
now you can
Baby
kill
Bay.
him.
Huge
Perfect, man.
ultimates
Harbor
there
ult,
as
Sova,
well.
Sova ult.
But it's
Look
one
at
of
this
those
team go.
situations where how many of those ults are going to need to be used for them to find that success? They've only gotten a single round thus far on the defensive side. It has been winning out the anti-eco versus the bonus. Otherwise, Furia have been more than firmly in the driver's seat.
So which layer of defense do you choose to invest into if you're G2, and what is a must-win round coming up here?
Yeah, they change it
Do
up
you
from the
try to
round they
set
did
up something
before as
aggressive to
well.
Take away space early and you
Sova
hold
ult the
that
left side.
space? Do you try to play some sort of a contest off of the execute?
Should
that
be a
you
drop
eventually
smoke
read
if
from
they want to
Furia,
do
or you
this,
just gonna
though.
try to
Does it
bank
become
off a
too
play
readable?
retake with some of the ultimates you have?
I
Maybe
agree.
Bay first and foremost will have the tour de force at mid. You have to be cautious here. This trademark is the only thing keeping him safe.
Good luck, Leaf,
Elbow,
because if
he's
you're
able to
getting
find the
tagged, you're going to
information.
get
Hunter's
ulted.
here
Here
to
we
be
go
called in
again.
here very early, and Com's
Hey,
gonna use
Calm
that to take care
is
of Leaf. That's your sole
reliable in
defender
this
on
ult.
Beast.
We
Now the high
got
tide comes
luck
through.
ready
Shy's
for
gonna
the
stop rotation through
reactions.
mid. Oh, it's gone completely.
Try, mate. Get another cage out of there to
sideways
stay
for
alive.
G2.
Don't take the 50-50. Jogamo got out. Oh, okay, his teammate came in. Maybe he heard him.
G2 in a 3v5 situation. It's been a rough half for them thus far. But we also know how good they can be when they're down in
Grant
numbers.
is going to have to kill everyone.
Sometimes that pressure is all they need to make a diamond.
Big recon.
Furia giving a lot of respect still with the pop execution here onto the B side.
Harbor ult. We ain't
Trent,
messing
Hunter,
about.
Fury
We want to
in
get to
hand.
12.
He has to stay alive. But Furia have also been really good at contesting that space, pushing into tunnels, pushing into arches, looking to deny the comfort in the retake there for
Hey,
G2.
Furia have been
Shock
putting
dart
in
softens up
work,
Artson
man.
just a touch,
They
but
changed every single map to get
you have
Koala
go for
on
this. I feel like if you're G2, fast lane out.
to get Koala on Neon, and at the same time they've copied other comps and they're doing it better than other teams that I watch. They've got a fair amount of it down. Again, the defense is iffy, but the attack's looking good.
Shuts him down, and then the follow-up through arches is brilliant from Koala. Baby the last one left, and there's just nothing he can do in this
Yeah,
moment.
they're desperate, man. They're so
Make
desperate.
matters worse. Koala trying to disrespect him in his face.
I'm looking at
But
that money. They
regardless
got
of how
nothing
it
here.
unfolds, the 12th
This
round
is
will be
all
tallied
Furious.
for Furia. They are on match point, trying to surprise G2 and send them to the lower bracket.
1 round away from getting into that upper semifinal where they could face, or would face, either the winner of EG versus C9. G2, though, have 4 opportunities to take us to an overtime. Or need 4 rounds. Meanwhile, Furia have 4 opportunities to actually close this map out.
Yeah.
Is more so
They gotta stop getting tagged by this Sova ult. Like as soon as Com has a Sova ult and you got a drone, you've either got to play closer so that he misses and you can't hit with the swipe, or we gotta play off site and just hide from the drone, or sit on site and hide from the drone. You actually can't get tagged. He's too good with it.
G2 will be trusting that baby bay with VALORANT.
Got nothing for the ult. They wait for the push.
This Furia just kill noise.
More than happy to starve G2, knowing that they don't have that passive information. Not even a trademark available here. And blocking off the vision of doors there makes this that much more uncomfortable for G2. Really relying on that deep line of mid that Baby Bay was holding with the operator.
Yeah, here we go, Baby Bay. What do you got for us? Teleport will be close by. Cove gets reinforced. And the no-scope connects.
Go on, mate. Go for another.
Blood. He's going to have to do maybe possibly more than that, though. Toxic screen, spam
They're lucky.
basic, finds the counter.
They kind of just stand on the open there.
Towards pyramid, only gets 1.
Trent, you have to kill one.
Q on towards the spike. Trent nearby, but only with the Bulldog. Tries to avoid the recon bolt. Double swing comes
Gets
through.
killed by
Trent
door,
stays
right?
Healthy. Shy in some trouble here at mid. Good relay bolt to come through. That's enough relief to find the pick. Trent follows up with 1 more. Just down to basic. It would have to find a 1 versus 3 and the ace. Seen both.
Look at the HPs.
Down to 35 HP, and Leaf takes away
I
the
think
angle and
Shy
keeps
is going to
G2's
try
hopes
play with
alive.
his team there instead of holding door. He kills that guy back at sight, and then they
Definitely
can just
got
fully
Fury
bunker.
there.
I don't know. Got with the prime.
G2
Appreciate the
a
26
ninth
months.
round
Thank you for
on the
that.
board. With their
Long
backs
time,
up
mate.
against
Thank you for the
wall,
prime.
They've been able to make it work. Furia again, though. These executions.
Count it down.
have
We'll
looked
count it
good.
down.
The retakes, a good adjustment at the very least, and a big part of that also comes down to the fact that Baby Bay's even able to get that no scope into doors. Just buys that additional time. Doesn't allow Furia to swarm them as effectively as they would have wanted to. The job's not done yet.
No, not even close.
When do they
Cash
get
is
close to
still
their
flush for
ults?
Fury.
1 away from a Phoenix ult.
Guardian for Trent.
Want to fight over towards
Operator
aim in
no
with
armor
3
for
to
Baby
stop
Bay.
him from having it.
Judge for Leaf. That's going to force G2 to do something wild.
Why don't people fight A main with Sova? What am I
Gets
missing?
scouted, gets pulled back, but do you expect this? Follow-up comes through, and Koala was able to take down both. Unbelievable transfer. Now the overdrive through. And Baby Bay actually connects, but he's getting absolutely whimpered. Staying alive. Maybe 1 more opportunity. Basic on the corner.
Nice shock dart.
Shock dart comes through, and now
Oh, it's a
Basic
bit
can take
early.
all
It's
the
an
space
early
away
pop,
with
but
the
it gives
back.
them a lot of space, and they
Spike
can
is
get a good plan.
planted. Last
They
hope
could
comes
follow
down
it
to
up and then
Trent
get
and
someone over
Leaf.
towards yellow if they wanted to.
And the neural theft
Doom Bros, you still here?
is going to have
When you
Furia
fight A main,
completely
do
confident
you
in
guys
his
use
post
Sova
plan.
or not? Am I mad for thinking that
Leaf only
Sova
has the
should
Snake
be part
bite.
of the 3?
Shock darts, both coming through. Trent able to connect onto basic. Shy is also a little bit low.
You got different versions.
But you've got to find a way to clear all this
Is your
extra
best one
space
Miss
away.
Ever?
Trent finds another, surely.
Wait, what's Trent on here? Prius, mate, give me the POV of the guy that's killing everyone.
Can he find a way
For
to
God's
get
sake.
the win right here? Tag comes through. Time becoming an issue.
Time.
Shy just giving
Time.
the space to the clock.
Done.
And that
Holy,
will
nicely
do
done.
it.
Furia, what an upset on this one. G2.
Surprise G2.
G2.
Take map number 3 and move
Lower
into the upper
bracket.
An
semis.
incredible
Dozzy with the prime push of the 7
turnaround
months.
from
Ishiki with
Furia.
the tier 1. Thank you so much for that as well, man. Thank you, thank you. Striker as well, 69 months.
His
Jesus.
entries, the space
That's high, bro.
that we've
Nice.
seen from this duelist player, finding the